Northfork members, I wanted to reach out to you this morning on some important changes that are going on. Power bills are coming in the mail today. You may have already got yours. If you use SmartHub, you could see it a day or two ago. Important changes this month on our power bill. We have gone from what we consider a bundled statement to an unbundled statement. And so you're going to see there's going to be an added line on your power bill, and it's going to say service availability charge. That service availability charge has always been there. It's always been a part of your power bill. This is not a new charge that we are charging you. It is a service availability charge that has been bundled together in the line called energy charge. We're unbundling those two lines. So now you will have a service availability charge line, which will always be the same amount every month, and then you will have an energy charge line. The energy charge line will be how much usage you had that month. How much power did you use? So just to be clear, we've always had this charge. It's not a new charge, but we are putting it on its own line. This has been very important to the board and very important to me as a manager to be more transparent about our power bills. That is the reason for unbundling it and getting those on separate lines. Also, we've added a KW demand box. And we're going to talk more about demand as we go forward. And I'm going to educate you more on demand. But I want you to start paying attention to your demand. It's not going to affect your power bill today, but it will in the future. Start looking at that number, and I want you to work on something. I want you to look at that number this month, and then next month I want you to concentrate on, instead of using all your power all at the same time, I want you to try to spread your power out and see if that number changes. And what I mean by that is when you get up in the morning, you turn the heater on, you get in the shower so your water pump starts pumping water, you make coffee, you start a load of laundry, and on and on and on. Instead of doing that all at the same time, spread those things out. You'll see that demand number will go down. And as we go forward in this industry, demand and capacity are going to become very important. So it's going to be very important for you to keep that number as small as possible. The next thing on your power bill this month, and I talked about this last time I did a video in August, natural gas prices were going up tremendously. In February, natural gas prices were $2. In August, when I talked to you, they were $4. November, they're over $5. This is passed through what we call the PCA, the power cost adjustment. The power cost adjustment for this bill is 2.4 cents per kilowatt hour. That is very high. That's the highest it's been in years and years and years. Natural gas has been low for a long time. In February, the power cost adjustment was negative. You were getting a credit because natural gas was so cheap. Fuel was so cheap in February, you were getting a credit. That was for January usage, but it was billed in February. And you can see on the bill here that we're showing you that it was actually a negative number on the PCA. It is now 2.4 cents. If there's any good news in this, the good news is the PCA changes every single month based on what fuel cost is doing. If the experts are correct, we're getting close to the top of where natural gas is headed currently. It's going to stay at this level through the winter, they say, and then going into spring and summer, it's going to start hopefully going down some, which will affect the PCA going down. It'll get refigured every month, and hopefully we'll get some relief on the PCA sooner than later. Last thing I want to mention to you as far as natural gas prices is in the Sparks and Flashes newsletter, which will be in the Oklahoma Living magazine this next month in January. In my newsletter, I talk about high fuel prices, and I give a full-fledged explanation of how we got to these prices and why they are as high as they are. And I also explain that what could cause them to go down in the near future after the first of the year. So be looking for that in the newsletter. And just remember the change on your bills, service availability charge, it's always been there, but now it has its own line item. Hope you guys have a great day.